Hi everyone. This is part 2 of my November sales. November sales, I think I said in my other video, they were mostly bread and butter. But I think in part 2, I'm going to have some cooler finds than part 1. Part 1 was a lot of just whatever stuff. This one, starting with this first thing I'm going to show you, a lot of really, I guess, different sales. That was kind of exciting, even if I didn't make a ton off of it. So, the first thing that we got here is Grand Royal Issue 3. As you see, it was a magazine created by one of the Beastie Boys. Actually, his name is Adam Yauch, and I think that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. But he actually died a few years ago, sadly. And but him mostly and the rest of the Beastie Boys created this magazine, and there were only 6 issues. This was number 3. It did not have the iron-on that came with it originally. So I did not think I would get very much for this. But it was the only one on eBay by itself at the time. There was like a set of all 6. If you have all 6, you're going to make like $150. However, like I said, this is the only one I had. And weirdly enough, I found this in a free bin. So when you're going to garage sales, do not pass up the free bins. There was a bunch of magazines from 1997. I picked this up. I didn't even know if this was a music mag. I had no idea what this magazine was. I had never heard of it, but I knew it had to do with music, but I was like, is this about synthesizers? What's going on? And so I didn't know that. I forgot that Grand Royal was like a Beastie Boys like label that they had. Anyway, so I picked it up with the rest of the magazines that were all from like the late 90s, and this was actually the most valuable, and it was pretty much a win. So I paid nothing for this and got $30 plus the shipping on it. It shipped in a flat rate envelope, I believe. But yeah, that was awesome. The next thing, this was a very cool one because these magazines were also free. They weren't found in the same free bin. They were actually found on one of the streets that I was going down a street in my neighborhood, and they had all this crap out on the curb, and me and my boyfriend and my dog were walking around the neighborhood, and I will always stop if I see like a bunch of crap on the curb. And my boyfriend was like, Natalie, come on, let's go. And I was like, wait. And so I saw a bunch of magazines that were old. I found like an old Mad magazine. Wasn't worth anything. And then I found these, and they were kind of beat up. I'm gonna show them to you here. Yeah, they had like some damage here. A slow computer. But anyway, I think you might can see that. But yeah, they were very, very cool. They had a lot of 80's fashion. Someone actually messaged me and was like, what do you mean by tons of 80's fashion? I mean, and I was like, I mean like there's a ton of 80's fashion in these magazines. And she was like, oh, well, I'm looking for like a lot of magazines. And I'm like, well, this is only 4. So they sold fairly quickly within, I think, a month. I was very happy about that. $20 plus the shipping, and they shipped in a flat rate envelope. Next. Come on. Okay. This was in the same free bin as the Grand Royal magazine. No, I'm sorry. Okay, one of these tapes was. But this was all at the same garage sale is what it was. And I saw this, I didn't look any of these up. I just knew, like, if they weren't worth anything individually, I could probably let them up. Because they're all from the 90s, mid to late 90s. And I don't remember about the lithium one. But yeah, because Nirvana was famous in '94. Sorry. So mid to late '90s stuff here. No, Temple of the Dogs was from the early '90s. Sorry, I'm having flashbacks. You'll have to excuse me. But anyway, so yeah, these were all worth maybe a few dollars. Well, like a few of them were Porno for Pyros over here. The Nirvana tape and the Temple of the Dogs. They were all worth maybe a few bucks just by themselves. I'm like, I'm gonna lock these up and get rid of all of them at the same time. Someone paid 15 plus media mail for them, and so I was happy about that. I only paid a quarter each, so $1.50 for all these. I got a couple other ones, but they weren't worth anything, and they weren't '90s stuff, so those are going back to the thrift. Anyway, next thing. These surprisingly took forever to sell. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because something I was doing in a title, but I got these like in January of 2016, and I thought they would sell really quickly because these are the original storybooks from each of those movies. Like they're like the Star Wars storybook. This first one came out when the first Star Wars movie came out. So I don't know why they didn't sell quickly. I do know that there was some damage. There was like someone's name inside, which is kind of cute, but there was also like some minor staining. But overall, they were in fairly good condition. But I had them for like 30, I think, at first. And then I just kept dropping the price. And the second one and third one aren't worth very much by themselves. Only the first one is. And it was maybe worth like $8 by itself. So really not worth a lot by themselves. So I lotted them up. And eventually, I guess because of Rogue One coming out, they sold. And I was more than happy to get rid of them. They didn't take up a lot of space, but I just felt like I had them way too long. And and I paid $2 a piece for those. So $15 on $6 is not a great profit, but I got them out of there. Anyway, so this went all the way to New Zealand. It was a Flying Tigers plush. I have learned through a handful of plush that I've gotten that I do not do well with plush. Some people do really well. I don't find like the good plush, I guess. I look at them, I look through them, but I don't really see anything. So this only went for $10 plus shipping through the global shipping program, and then from there it went on to New Zealand, and they liked it a lot. This, I was promised at the garage sale that it was completely complete, and that was a lie. But I don't think they were actually lying to me. They just like thought that it was all there because I asked them, I was like, hey, do you know if it's all here? And the guy was like, well, my sister wouldn't have given it to me if it wasn't, so I think so. And it was just, it's just a bunch of art supplies where you can create the Tree of Life by Gustav Klimt. And it's a kid's thing. And so it was only $1, so I just took it home, and I'm like, I'll see if it's complete at home. The other one that I have, Starry Night, is complete, but this one wasn't, and this one was worth more than that one, and unfortunately I never got the other one up. It had been slightly used, but not all the way used, so this could still be recreated. Some of the stickers I think were used, and some of the little vinyl things here, the stampers. But anyway, the paper was completely unused and everything. So this actually went to Louisiana, North Louisiana. I'm in southern Louisiana, so it was still $7 and something because it was kind of a long package. Next thing we got is nothing much to say about this one. Is cute Mickey Minnie tourist ornament. They are on vacation in Walt Disney World. Person who got this really liked it. I got this for I think $3, and it sold for $20. So plus shipping. This next one, LSU. If you keep up with college football at all, you will know that LSU is not well. They are not doing well. They have not been doing well for a while. And this football vault, which is a really, I mean, if you like the Tigers, it's a very cool vault. It's like a scrapbook of like stickers and postcards, and it's got like this whatever you call that right there. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's small though, but no, it's very cool. And I guess people are trying to relive relive LSU's better days, because this guy on the front, Les Miles, he had led them to a championship, I think, when this was made, in '08, I want to say. And he was just fired earlier this season, like 3 or 4 games in, he was fired. Because I don't know what the deal is. I'm no armchair coach, but I guess he just was sucking. And then like the live tiger died and of cancer. I'm not laughing at it, but I'm just laughing at like how terrible this team had it this year. It was just ugh. Anyway, so at the end of this book, like, is the championship win. Shows pictures from that, and I think after that there was no more. It like had a steady decline. So yeah, I guess I think this person I hope this person really liked it. Last thing, I got this from the Renaissance Fair for $0.25. By the way, I got the LSU thing for $2. They didn't mark it up, even though like I've gotten this before actually and sold it for more. This one was kind of torn up. But anyway, yeah, they charged me $2 for this. Back to the last thing. So yeah, this Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It was a vintage pattern, from the '90s, and it was cut. And I did not know, I am not a pattern person, I do not sew, so I did not know if every single piece was in there. The woman at the Renaissance Festival was like, yeah, they should all be in there. Some are cut and some are not, and I picked up several patterns, and I sold this one by itself because it was going a little bit by itself. And I'm like, for $0.25, I'll sell it for $8 since it's cut. Probably could have got a little more if it was uncut. But a person from England bought this, and they were asking me a ton of questions, and I'm like, look, what you see is what you get. I'm telling you it's cut. I don't know if it's even all there, but, you know, and that's why I didn't charge much for it. But for it to go to England, the person paid like $30. And so I was really, really scared. And then they bought it, and they're asking me more questions. And I'm like, lady or guy, I don't know. I'm just selling it as is. And so they got it and left me great feedback. I was like, oh, thank God, because I just knew I was going to send this through global shipping. They were going to get it, and they're going to go like, this is incomplete. I don't know what this is. And then do a return, and it was going to be complicated. So I was really scared, but yeah, really, really happy that they liked it. Well, that's it for all my sales. That was 18. I don't have a total for these 9. Sorry about that. I totally forgot to get a complete total for my profit, but I didn't do great in November. I'm probably doing maybe a little better in December, but people have. Today's the 24th of December, which is Christmas Eve, and so people have kind of stopped buying. But anyway, until my next video, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and hope you're selling awesome. Bye.